let's get into it, shall we? Also, can I just say the DNC is kind of popping. I'm gonna be honest, they did a pretty good job. They got like a whole cast here. It feels like a fucking musical up there. I gotta say, great budget, guys. Excellent job, guys. You really doing it, y'all. All right.
For Vice President, Governor Tim Walz.
Wow. Thank you.
Put me in, coach.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry. I didn't do my usual morning spiel. Excuse me. I'm a little rusty. You take one mini vacation off of stream and suddenly you forget how to stream. We're going to do the DNC recap stuff. Very exciting stuff. First off, with the Tim Walz speech. I've got a bunch of other stuff lined up as well. We already watched the Oprah one, which was kind of crazy that they got her on there. Some Cory Booker news, some Tim Walz news, some CNN, some Fox coverage. And I also wanted to... Where is it? I know Harris is supposed to speak today, so I wanted to cover that a little bit before that. And then I know Hassan interviewed a representative that I kind of wanted to watch that. And I don't know if you guys saw it. Beyonce was threatening to sue Trump for using her music without her consent first. Very great stuff here. Very great stuff.
Thank you.
What was the the namaste?
Thank you. Thank you, first of all, to Vice President Harris. Thanks for putting your trust in me and for inviting me to be part of this incredible campaign. And a thank you to President Joe Biden for 4 years of strong, historic leadership. It's the honor of my life to accept your nomination for Vice President of the United States. We're all here tonight for one beautiful, simple reason. We love this country. So thank you to all of you here in Chicago and all of you watching at home tonight. Thank you for your passion. Thank you for your determination. And most of all, thank you for bringing the joy to this fight. Now, I grew up in Butte, Nebraska, a town of 400 people. I had 24 kids in my high school class.
Sorry. And for a second, I thought he said he had 24 kids. I was like, wait a minute. Wait. Monka? I don't think you did, but...
None of them went to Yale. But I'll tell you what, growing up in a small town like that, you learn how to take care of each other. That family down the road, they may not think like you do. They may not pray like you do. They may not love like you do, but they're your neighbors. And you look out for them, and they look out for you. Everybody belongs, and everybody has a responsibility to contribute. For me, it was serving in the Army National Guard. I joined up 2 days after my 17th birthday, and I proudly wore our nation's uniform for 24 years. My dad, a Korean War...
I have to say, I don't know what the strategy was with Republicans trying to attack namely JD Vance, trying to attack Tim Walz's service and saying he retired early to avoid the draft. That was not it, dude. That was not it.
Era Army veteran died of lung cancer a couple years later. He left behind a mountain of medical debt. Thank God for Social Security survivor benefits. And thank God for the GI Bill that allowed my dad and me to go to college, and millions of other Americans. Eventually, like the rest of my family, I fell in love with teaching. Three out of 4 of us married teachers. I wound up teaching social studies and coaching football at Mankato West High School. Go Scarlets! We ran a 44 defense. We played through to the whistle on every single play, and we even won a state championship. Never closed the yearbook, people. But it was those players and my students who inspired me to run for Congress. They saw in me what I had hoped to instill in them, a commitment to the common good, an understanding that we're all in this together, and the belief that a single person can make a real difference for their neighbors. So there I was, a 40-something high school teacher with little kids, 0 political experience, and no money, running in a deep red district. But you know what? Never underestimate a public school teacher. Never. I represented my neighbors in Congress for 12 years, and I learned an awful lot. I learned how to work across the aisle on issues like growing the rural economies and taking care of veterans. And I learned how to compromise without compromising my values. Then I came back to serve as governor, and we got right to work, making a difference in our neighbors' lives. We cut taxes for the middle class. We passed paid family and medical leave.
Dude. Trump must be really regretting his fucking VP pick. Because, wow, what are the chances that Kamala picks someone that actually is likable and has mad riz on stage? Like, JD Vance normally looks like a wet paper towel. Just in general, you can put him next to anything and he looks like a wet paper towel. But next to Tim Walz, oh my God, he looks like a wet paper towel, like wrapped in couch semen. It's not great.
We invested in fighting crime and affordable housing. We cut the cost of prescription drugs and helped people escape the kind of medical debt that nearly sank my family. And we made sure that every kid in our state gets breakfast and lunch every day. So while other states were banning books from their schools, we were banishing hunger from ours. We also protected reproductive freedom because in Minnesota, we respect our neighbors and the personal choices they make. And even if we wouldn't make those same choices for ourselves, we've got a golden rule. Mind your own damn business. And that includes IVF and fertility treatments. And this is personal for Gwen and I. If you've never experienced the hell that is infertility, I guarantee you, you know somebody who has. And I can remember praying each night for a phone call, the pit in your stomach when the phone had rang, and the absolute agony when we heard the treatments hadn't worked. It took Gwen and I years, but we had access to fertility treatments. And when our daughter was born, we named her Hope. Hope, Gus, and Gwen, you are my
Dude, I have such a shit poster brain. I have like total shit poster brain. Because tell me why when I saw this, I was like, it would be so funny if this was just some random lady in the crowd. Huh? Obviously, it's his daughter, but it would be so funny if it was just some random chick. Like, that would be such a good troll. They would get so many fucking people.
Hope, Gus, and Gwen, you are my entire world, and I love you.
Tim Walz gets points for me for not picking some stupid names, okay? Although I have to say, following up the name Hope with Gus, wow, that's kind of mean. I'm not going to lie. You can tell which kid he doesn't like. I'm just going to say it. All right. I'm joking. That's a joke. That's a joke. That's just a total joke, okay? Just a joke. I'm just joking, all right?
I'm letting you in on how we started a family because this is a big part about what this election is about. Freedom. When Republicans use the word freedom, they mean that the government should be free to invade your doctor's office. Corporations free to pollute your air and water. And banks free to take advantage of customers. But when we Democrats talk about freedom, we mean the freedom to make a better life for yourself and the people that you love. Freedom to make your own healthcare decisions. And yeah, your kids' freedom to go to school without worrying about being shot dead in the hall.
Crazy that Americans can say that sentence out loud.
Look, I know guns. I'm a veteran. I'm a hunter. And I was a better shot than most Republicans in Congress, and I got the trophies to prove it. But I'm also a dad. I believe in the Second Amendment, but I also believe our first responsibility is to keep our kids safe. That's what this is all about. The responsibility we have to our kids, to each other, and to the future that we're building together, in which everyone is free to build the kind of life they want. But not everyone has that same sense of responsibility. Some folks just don't understand what it takes to be a good neighbor. Take Donald Trump and J.D. Vance.
Dude, he's cooking, all right? Like, more than usual, he's really...
Their Project 2025 will make things much, much harder for people who are just trying to live their lives. They spent a lot of time pretending they know nothing about this. But look, I coached high school football long enough to know, and trust me on this, when somebody takes the time to draw up a playbook, they're going to use it. And we know if these guys get back in the White House, they'll start jacking up the costs on the middle class, they'll repeal the Affordable Care Act, they'll gut Social Security and Medicare, and they will ban abortion across this country with or without Congress. Here's the thing, it's an agenda nobody asked for. It's an agenda that serves nobody except the richest and the most extreme amongst us. And it's an agenda that does nothing for our neighbors in need. Is it weird? Absolutely. Absolutely. But it's also wrong. And it's dangerous. It's not just me saying so. It's Trump's own people. They were with him for 4 years. They're warning us that the next 4 years will be much, much worse. You know, when I was teaching every year, we'd elect a student body president. And you know what? Those teenagers could teach Donald Trump a hell of a lot about what a leader is. Leaders don't spend all day insulting people.
Dude, what the fuck is going on in chat? I leave for a couple days. Like, what's happening in here? Guys, guys, guys. It's not necessary. It's not necessary. We can just enjoy the speech. Okay. I do have to note one thing, which is that we have a special chatter with us today, who was like upset about Walz's military career. So I feel like I have to highlight these messages really quickly. Let's talk about a few of them. First off, dude, this guy is a loser. First of all, National Guard. Second of all, he dipped out when it was time to deploy. Okay. I just like to tell you, first of all, just so you know, when you do insult him for being part of the National Guard, you're insulting everyone that's part of the National Guard, and those people vote as well. And it's not a good strategy to insult all of those people. It's just not a good strategy. Sorry to tell you that. Second of all, he retired at 40-something years old after having served in the military for 20 years. Okay? I think he was due his retirement. And also, if a 40-year-old who served for 24 years decides, actually, I don't want to be deployed in a war at 40-something, I think, hear me out, that's valid. Especially, by the way, okay, if you don't support the war, which is talked about over here. Someone responded to this guy telling him he didn't support the war. This guy says, you don't go for the war or the reason behind it. You go for your unit. If you were enlisted, you would know this. Kind of a bad take, really. Okay. Let me respond to this part really quickly, because this is the important part. I would always tell a good leader that told me they would deploy with me to leave the unit if they're needed. Look, man, a good leader who can't change the course of action leaves. You lead by example. If his position was, actually, I don't support this war, and I don't want to be deployed, you would lead by example, by refusing to be deployed for that war. If his position was, I am open, okay, to deploying if I am needed, and then, you know, most Americans eventually found out, and I presume most of the people in the military, especially higher up, eventually found out that the war was totally unjustified. Yeah, I would say that that would be based for you to say, no, actually, I don't want to go and kill a bunch of fucking civilians in a war that is not justified at all. Even a little bit. Okay, even for 2 seconds. That's actually cool as fuck, all right? Okay, and then you know how many civilians I killed? None. Oh, do you want a little badge of honor? Normal person, here you go. Oh, you don't kill innocent people? I'm so proud of you. Oh, someone put a gun in your hands and you didn't kill innocent kids? Wow. Has anyone ever told you you're such a good guy? Yeah. You're a great guy. Yeah. People should be nicer to you. You don't kill unarmed civilians. That's really hard for most people. I'm so proud of you. Good guy. Good guy. That's kind of my point. Tim Walz wouldn't have killed any either. Bad take. Bad take. He should have been deployed because he wouldn't have killed any innocent people. How do I know that? I don't. What? No, bro, you can trust me. I drink and drive every time, and I never hit anything. You can drink and drive. It's okay.
Bro looks like a worm coming out of an apple.
No, I swear, I've never hit anything in all of the times that I've drunk and driven. I'm actually a better driver when I drink, to be honest. You guys can drink and drive. It's okay. No. It's okay. Yes, operate this death machine. You're totally good. Totally good. I promise. Okay.
And blaming others. Leaders do the work. So I don't know about you. I'm ready to turn the page on these guys. So go ahead. Say it with me. We're not going back. We've got something.
Oh, sorry. Last chat message. Last chat message. Weird echo chamber in here. Thanks for the screen time, I guess. The saltiest, LOL. I don't know how to tell you this, man, but if you walk into a room with like some people in it, I don't know, a few tens of people, hundreds of people, thousands of people, and then you scream at the top of your lungs, I am a dung eater. I love the flavor of feces. And then everyone looks at you and is like, that's weird, man. And you say echo chamber? You're the silly one. You're the silly Billy. If you say something stupid and then a bunch of people respond saying what you just said is stupid, that's not an echo chamber. That's your position is really fucking stupid. No, it can't be me. It must be everyone else in here. It's not possible that I should change my perspective. It must be that everyone else in here. People are arguing in the chat right now with each other. People who've been part of this community for a very long time. I promise you, if I could make it an echo chamber, I would. It's not possible, okay? But if you think anyone who disagrees with you is wrong and therefore echo chamber, I guess that's your American right. American right to believe in whatever you want to believe in, regardless of how wrong you potentially could be. Also, I'm not sure why people, usually these type of chatters, have so much difficulty with analogies. Maybe I need to write the analogy down or something. I brought up the drinking and driving in reference to the fact that just because you can do something without hurting civilians doesn't mean other people can or will, and doesn't mean that the situations will be the same. Not that drinking and driving equals military service. I don't know what's wrong with like these particular chatters and why like they don't understand analogies. I don't get it. It was a very simple analogy. It's just if you do something and no one gets hurt, it doesn't mean that every other person who does it won't hurt anyone. That's not how that works. That's literally not how that works. But anywho, moving on. Let's continue the Tim Walz speech.
Better to offer the American people. It starts with our candidate, Kamala Harris. From her first day as a prosecutor, as a district attorney, as an attorney general, as a United States senator, and then our vice president, she's fought on the side of the American people. She's taken on the predators and fraudsters. She's taken down the transnational gangs, and she stood up to powerful corporate interests.
Hey,
she has never hesitated to reach across that aisle if it meant improving your lives. And she's always done it with energy, with passion, and with joy. Folks, we've got a chance to make Kamala Harris the next president of the United States. But I think we owe it to the American people to tell them exactly what she'd do as president before we ask them for their votes.
Okay.
So here, this is the part, clip and save it and send it to your undecided.
Tim Walz actually just hit us with the clip it and ship it, boys. Wait.
American people to tell them exactly what she'd do
Oh
as
my
president
God.
before we ask
Walz
them
is
for
a
their
clip
votes.
chipper.
So here, this is the part, clip and save it and send it to your undecided relatives so they know. If you're a middle-class family or a family trying to get into the middle class, Kamala Harris is going to cut your taxes. If you're getting squeezed by prescription drug prices, Kamala Harris is going to take on Big Pharma. If you're hoping to buy a home, Kamala Harris is going to help make it more affordable.
And if you're hoping to avoid the ads that don't play at the top of the hour ad break, but play at random times on this stream, Kamala Harris tells you to prime sub. Dude, I fucking got you guys, dude. I fucking got you. I don't do it nearly as often as a lot of other people do, so I get so happy when I do it because I fucking get you guys so bad.
And no matter who you are, Kamala Harris is going to stand up and fight for your freedom to live the life that you want to lead. Because that's what we want for ourselves, and it's what we want for our neighbors. You know, you might not know it, but I haven't given a lot of big speeches like this. But I have given a lot of pep talks. So let me finish with this, team.
What did they say?
It's the fourth quarter.
Oh, goal.
We're down a field goal, but we're on offense and we've got the ball.
Okay, coach makes a lot more sense.
We're driving down the field. And boy, do we have the right team. Kamala Harris is tough. Kamala Harris is experienced, and Kamala Harris is ready.
Okay, I'm so brain rotted. That only had one meaning in my brain. Kamala Harris is top. She is ready. Donald Trump, he is bottom.
Our job for everyone watching is to get in the trenches and do the blocking and tackling. 1 inch at a time.
He said tough? You know what? Well, the subtitle said top. Okay. Okay, fuck you.
Yard at a time. 1 phone call at a time.
1 inch at a time.
At a time. 1 $5 donation at a time. Look, we got 76 days. That's nothing. There'll be time to sleep when you're dead. We're gonna.
Whoa! Holy shit! Damn, bro. Whoa. Whoa.
Leave it on the field. That's how we'll keep moving forward. That's how we'll turn the page on Donald Trump. That's how we'll build a country where workers come first. Healthcare and housing are human rights. And the government stays the hell out of your bedroom. That's how we make America a place where no child is left hungry, where no community is left behind, where nobody gets told they don't belong. That's how we're gonna fight. And as the next president of the United States always says, when we fight, thank you. God bless.
Yeah. Okay. That was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Let's see. I want Mitch McConnell in my bedroom. Dude, what the fuck? What the hell? Seek help, man. Seek help. Mods, I think I speak for everyone in here when I say ban that chatter. Okay? I think I speak for everyone. I'm just seeing the waves and the hugs and the... All right. Okay. I wanted to see this. I've seen a couple chatters talking about it, but it's the video that says the official explains why DNC denied a speaking spot to a Palestinian American.
Fritz ABC. There's been a lot of talk about unity this week, so why won't y'all allow a Palestinian speaker to address the convention? And by simply saying that Trump would be worse for Arab Americans, is that not the campaign taking their votes for granted?
No, we're absolutely not taking their votes for granted. I think as it relates to uncommitted delegates at this convention, we're proud and glad that they are here. We've worked to engage them throughout the convention. We're proud of the fact that we held panel conversations with members of the uncommitted movement. We're proud that the vice president herself engaged with leadership in the uncommitted movement in Michigan a couple of weeks ago. That's why the campaign has continued to engage with leadership of the uncommitted movement throughout this convention. And I think what they will see, what folks who continue to demonstrate and protest will see, is a vice president, what has already been clear and what they'll continue to see for the rest of this campaign, is a vice president who is committed to ending the violence, ending the conflict, making sure that we resolve this conflict with a permanent ceasefire that allows Israel to fully secure itself, that fully continues and makes sure that we have full humanitarian aid, but also make sure that Gazans are able to peacefully live and prosper in Gaza. That's what she's going to relentlessly fight for as President of the United States, and it does stand in stark contrast to our opponent, whose only North Star is what benefits him, does not care about national security, does not care about global security, is only interested in his own personal self-interest. And so when you're looking for somebody who's going to serve as commander-in-chief, when you're looking at temperament, judgment, ability to handle complex global situations, there's only one candidate in this race who fits the bill, and that's the vice president. All right. With that, I think we will wrap. But thank you all.
I mean, it's actually kind of sad to admit it, but like, the only politician currently running for president that has addressed even tried or started to address the atrocities in Gaza is Kamala Harris, which is like, feels bad, man, because the farthest she's gone is saying that there needs to be a ceasefire. Bars in hell? Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't disagree with you. I must say I don't disagree with you. I wanted to see one of these videos, these Wall Street Journal videos, which are usually pretty dog shit, but I wanted to take a peek with you guys. Why so many young men are leaving Democrats for Republicans in 2024.
In 2008, 58% of young people leaned Democratic. 2012, 53%. And in the last two major election years, that percentage held steady at 55%. But in 2023, that number dipped below 50% for the first time since 2005. And you'll notice right here, they've started to lean more Republican. And that's partly because of one specific group: young men. Young men have increased their support of the Republican Party from 35% to 48%, a 13 percentage point increase in just 7 years. And this is a new trend. While 2020 exit polls show that young men backed Biden by 15 percentage points.
Something about that. Maybe someone else can explain it to me. Someone else can mansplain it to me. Why does this chart make me want to laugh? The way that it looks is very funny for some bizarre reason.
A February 2024 Wall Street Journal poll found they favored Trump by 14 percentage points. And this loss of young male voters is a major issue for the Democratic Party going into November. The question now, can Kamala Harris bring some back? Here's what's driving young men to support Republicans and what it could mean for the presidential election to come.
America great again.
When we ask young voters, what issue is most important to you when you go to cast a vote? Among young men, it's the economy. Among young women, it's abortion.
17% of men say the economy is the most important issue, followed by democracy and immigration. Whereas for young women, the top issue is abortion, by a lot.
Why is this happening? Well, we put the reasons into two.
Wait, I want to look at that chart a little bit longer. Yeah. I'm not surprised. Yeah. I'm both not surprised and also surprised. I assume young men just don't understand that they also want abortion, and older men understand that they want easily accessible abortion. Whereas young men are still probably more likely to be indoctrinated in Republican ideology and thinking that, like, it won't impact me because I'm a righteous person. But in reality, men should also want easily accessible abortions. Not just because MPreg, but also because men get women pregnant. And sometimes men get women pregnant and don't want a child or, now why would you say that? Child support or any of that other stuff. I know, a bold idea here, but there are cis men who want to have sex with women without concerns about a child. And there are lots of men who want to be able to talk to the woman that they had sex with and say, hey, it's your decision at the end of the day, 100%. I don't know if I can help raise this child, but it's your decision to do what you want. And I think a lot of those men would want, in many cases, for that woman to get an abortion if she wants to get an abortion because they aren't ready to have a kid yet. So it's always been crazy to me. It's always been crazy to me that men are like, they don't value abortion nearly as much as they should and should want to. You should. You should. Men that aren't weird feel that way about it. Yeah, kids are expensive. Exactly. Very true statement. Yeah. It's just a correct statement. Okay, I'm sorry. It just is.
By a lot.
Why is this happening? Well, we put the reasons into two different buckets. One is the life experiences that young men and young women are having. Those life experiences are diverging.
Young men without a college degree have seen the greatest decline in labor force participation. Meanwhile, a record 87% of college-educated women are in the workforce. And today, women make up 60% of college graduates.
This division that we're seeing between young men and young women, it goes beyond who they're going to vote for Congress or president. It goes to a range of policy issues. So then let's look at what the government is offering. The Biden administration has moved to forgive federally funded student loans. That affects young women more than young men.
During the 2019-2020 school year, 49% of female undergraduate students took out loans, compared to only 42% of male undergraduates. And 66% of all student debt is carried by women.
The young women favored forgiving student loans by 45 percentage points. The young men were about equally divided. I mean, that's a big difference.
Meanwhile, young men support extending Trump's tax cuts by 23 percentage points, which cut the corporate tax rate and reduced some individual income tax.
And now, because of our tax cuts, you can keep more of your hard-earned money.
But women oppose the proposed extension by 20 percentage points, a full 43-point difference.
That's data that goes like this. Young men headed in one direction and young women in the other. That's a big difference. Data does not usually segment young voters that remarkably. This is something new.
Which brings us back to this chart. 22% of young female voters say abortion is their #1 issue in this election, a key aspect of Harris's campaign.
We trust women to make decisions about their own body.
Only 3% of young male voters said the same. And young men and women stacked up differently on other issues as well. With immigration, Trump's policies are much more likely to be supported by men than women. Men support deploying troops at the border by 10 percentage points, whereas women oppose this policy by 15 points. And when it comes to building the wall, one of Trump's key immigration policies, men are only slightly leaning towards opposition, but women overwhelmingly oppose it. These gaps are hard to explain just by differences in lived experience, which brings us to the second thing that explains the gap between young men and women.
What are the candidates and what are the parties saying?
Okay. Personal opinions here on all this and a lot of this topic. There is a very good video. We watched it a long time ago, but unfortunately, FT Signifier's videos are very long, so I don't think we'll watch it again. But FT Signifier has a very good video on the intersectionality of white and male, which is an intersection that is generally not talked about, because when we talk about intersectionality, we usually talk about the intersection of different minority statuses. But he has a very good video on the intersection of two non-minority statuses, which is white and male, which comprise a large group of voters, obviously. And he basically posits that social media has seen this. So a lot of social media influencers and like Andrew Tates of the world, they see this untapped market that is white male, and they see people in general, at least in the United States, are unhappy and getting more unhappy by the minute because of capitalism. But instead they choose to market to them and tell them that it's because of nuclear family, and because you don't have your state assigned goth girlfriend, and because women, and because feminism, and because all this other stuff, right? And so there are a large number of, for lack of better words, white men experiencing white woman syndrome. And by white woman syndrome, I am saying desire to be oppressed and like complex victim mentality. By that, I mean, if you've ever run into like the classic Karen, they really do feel like, and if you talk to them, the most oppressed class in the country, which is obviously far from true. Total nonsense. But they talk about their lives and their struggles with like this persecution complex, and that their life is uniquely difficult in a way that other people can't experience, right? And I feel like white men have started getting infected by this as well. That nobody ever talks about white men because they don't care about us. And they don't care that any of us are struggling. And it's like, no, dude, that's not what's happening here. It's just that there are no issues that uniquely impact you on a policy level. There are issues that uniquely impact women. There are issues that uniquely impact non-white people. There are issues that uniquely impact non-cis people, non-straight people. But there are no issues that uniquely and only impact you if you're like a white, straight, cis dude. There are policies that impact everyone, and you tend to be part of those. So policies regarding the economy, policies regarding transportation, etc. But there are no issues that only impact white men. They just kind of get impacted by all of the general policies because the world is, well, the United States was built by them and it's built for them. But it's also very easy to propagandize that and say, well, nobody ever brings up white men because they don't care about you. But in reality, it's just that nobody brings them up because there are no policies to implement to right some wrongs being made against white men uniquely. Like, what's your issue? That women don't want to go on a date with you? What do you want me to, what do you want us to do policy-wise on that? Like, what? There's nothing we can do about that, man. Like, what? Without, like, infringing on other people's rights. What other issues are uniquely impacting you? There just aren't any. Are there issues that are impacting men socially? Yes, of course. 100%. Totally and completely. are there things we should do socially? And are there things that we should do politically that would help you? Yes, but those things would also just in general help everybody, right? So like general loneliness is a problem that is disproportionately affecting white men. And this is talked about in FD Signifier's video, because white men generally do not have a sense of community with each other in the way that women might, or in the way that like Black communities do. You have a kinship with the women around you just solely because you are both women. I have had on multiple instances women intervene to be like, hey, like basically, is this dude bothering you? Not like outwardly or directly, but you know, the bartender that gives you a note or like gives you a napkin and it says like, hey, if this is bothering you, order this and we'll take him out or whatever. Whoa, 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 whoa. Out of the bar. We'll take it, escort him outside of the bar. Just to be clear, okay? I've had like people like driving near me and insisting on having a conversation, and then a woman drives by in her car and is like, hey, are you okay? Was that dude like blah blah blah, blah. Or women that pretend to know you because there's a guy following you or some shit. TLDR, there is some sorry. But yeah, and same thing I think with like the Black community. Actually, this is very good example is Kai Cenat's stream. Kai has been able to bring on such large content creators or non-content creators. And I think at least a big part of it is because there is a sense of community there. That you're not going to see fucking Will Ferrell, Will Ferrell, however you fucking say his name, go on, well, besides the fact that Aiden Ross is insane, you're not going to see him go on Aiden Ross's stream or like Ninja's stream or whatever, right? But I'm sorry, Kai got Nicki Minaj and Kevin Hart and a bunch of other people. What? What? How? And I think at least a bit of that is, oh, people in my group are succeeding and I want to be a part of this. I want to contribute back to this, right? Anyways, getting back on the point that I want to talk about. TLDR, because there is no sense of community that already exists in the intersection of white and male, or in either of these groups inherently, and there is a bit more of a, you know, every person for themselves mentality. The loneliness, I think, epidemic has hit a little bit harder for white dudes than it has any other group, although it's been bad for everybody. But these are things that we would solve not with particular policy that impacts only white dudes. These are policies that would impact everyone and make everyone's life better. Like making more walkable cities, making more third places, increasing minimum wage so people have the money to go out on weekends. Like all of that is stuff that we would do that would impact and uplift everyone. And so because there's this group that feels like nobody ever talks to them and nobody actually cares about them as a group, it's very easy for Republicans to prey on that and give them false ideals and give them false hope and pretend like they care about them when they don't actually care about them. And Democrats don't talk about them because, like I said, there is no unique way that can be fixed via policy that impacts only white men. There just isn't. It's just not happening. So there are no real policies that you can even push for, except say, no, we need to care more about family in this country, which is totally nonsense. It just doesn't mean shit. What, would that be the reason why a lot of men lean into the right-wing shit because they get a sense of community out of that? Yeah, 100%. Totally. They will address all minorities, which cool, but we do need community to help us all. Yeah. Like I said, I think that Republicans recognize that that is an easy voter base to target, and so they do. That's it. It gives them a false sense of community. It helps them band together. It's like, hey, man, you need to embrace your machoism, and you need to embrace the things that they're making you hide because they never talk to you about the stuff that matters to you. And they convince them, they virtue signal all this garbage and they peddle all this garbage that isn't going to actually help them. But yeah, like I said, I mean, I'm open to ideas, but as far as I've seen, there aren't policies that are going to fix issues that are uniquely and only happening to white men. All of those policies would also impact and help everyone because white dudes are not politically like oppressed in this country. they're just not. It's just not happening. And I would love to change my mind if you see a policy that is uniquely only impacting white men, that isn't, quote, I'm not getting invited to the cookout, which is not a policy. That is, I'm sorry, man. Communities are allowed to have whoever they want at their events. We cannot federally mandate that black people have to invite you to their cookout, man. That would be weird if we did that. That would be kind of not patriotic and American if we did that. So yeah. I'd be down for like a white man friend program. Me and my friends just talking to group chat. Since we became adults, we rarely meet up. Yeah, we need like the state mandated white man group chat. Since we can recognize this, how do we help them from their perspective, being that they're a hindrance to progress as they're walking backwards to find community? I mean, I think that the way that we do that is like more messaging on building community with each other. Right? Just like recognizing, hey, we know that you're experiencing this loneliness epidemic, maybe even more so. Here are some policies that will help everybody, right? Which is just good policy in my opinion. But anyways, that's my 2 cents on the matter. Like I said, FT Signifier has a really good video. It was from a few years ago, but it really talks about that intersection and how that intersection is important to talk about. I'll see if I can find it while we finish this one.
To young voters. Donald Trump and the Republican Party are putting out a lot of messages expressly intended to appeal to young men. Donald Trump has gone to Ultimate Fighting Championship matches. He recently appeared on the podcast of Logan Paul. He went to a sneaker convention to sell his own brand of sneakers.
We got to get young people out to vote.
These are audiences that are overwhelmingly male and overwhelmingly filled with young men. And it's a way that Donald Trump and his campaign have been saying, hey, young men, I'm with you. I'm on the same page as you. I understand you.
Meanwhile,
a lot of the messaging from the Democratic Party has been towards issues that are more salient for women.
When I am President of the United States, I will sign into law the protections for reproductive freedom.
So what does this mean for November? Young women historically vote at higher rates than young men. But experts say that with a tight election, the Democratic Party will need to draw in as many votes as possible. The next challenge for the Republican Party will be figuring out how to turn these young male supporters into actual voters.
That fit is not it. That was nasty. I'm sorry to be a hater.
The next challenge for the Republican Party
will like that's nasty.
Be figuring out how to turn these young male supporters
nasty. This
into
is nasty.
Actual voters.
That was nasty, man. Fuck. All of that was bad, man. Abortion is a both genders issue. Yeah, we were talking about that like 15 minutes ago. Would massive estate taxes, which I support, have a disproportionate impact on wealthy white men? Like, wouldn't most policies focused on the upper tax bracket affect more white people? Yeah, but the reality is that most people, including white men, are not rich. Most people are like living in, I wouldn't say living in poverty, but very near it. So good policy that cares about the lower class and the middle class is just good policy that impacts the largest number of voters. All right. And then other highlights. This was actually, for the first time ever, a good Wall Street Journal video. I'm glad that YouTube channels for like news networks have finally stopped doing the now this format where they put a bunch of text on the screen with like that music, the whimsical, like, it's not like a piano, but some random ass whimsical music. And it's like random text appears and it's like, you'll never believe what we found out. And then the text disappears and then there's another piece of text that says about 50% of people don't know this. And it's like, dude, is someone going to speak or are you just going to show random stock footage with random text and call it a video? Like, I fucking hate those videos so much. Oh, we saw this one. If we hadn't already watched this video, the Sun Sex Agent Calvin, we would watch it again. This was actually a very good video for Mother Jones. Mother Jones kind of eaten up recently. But yeah, this is a very good video. Please, I should subscribe. I'm honestly kind of shook that I'm not. I wanted to see this actually, which is some of the more recent roundtables from CNN. I want to see how CNN tards are responding to the shakeup, let's say. Uncle Jarf, thank you for the 5 months.
Jeff Zeleny with some new reporting. Jeff, what do you hear?
Well, Anderson, there is no doubt, as Caitlin was just talking there about former President Donald Trump, that really has been a through line of every speech and every appearance here and our conversations with party leaders throughout the day. But it is Oprah Winfrey's appearance in this convention hall. I was watching her off the podium here as she was looking out into the hall right before she came out and made a surprise visit. I am told that she volunteered to be here at the convention and also told the Harris campaign that she will do whatever she can in the next 76 days or so. That is extraordinary because you'll remember back in 2016, Oprah Winfrey did not get involved in that campaign. She did not actively campaign for Hillary Clinton. Of course, she did back in 2008. That was her first foray into politics, endorsing Barack Obama. But it is that absence in 2016 that's really one more piece of reporting and lessons that we're picking up. Democrats view this race in an entirely different way because of what happened in 2016. So talking with campaign chair Jen O'Malley Dillon earlier today, she's leading the campaign. She said complacency is the thing that keeps her up at night. So Anderson, as Democrats are heading home, and as I'm looking out on the floor here, everyone is gone. As Caitlin was saying, Minnesota's delegation is gone as well. Tomorrow, the final day, I'm told that Vice President Harris will also still say that she is the underdog and then tell these Democrats to get to work. So an entirely different feeling here. Yes, it's excitement, but there's also this worry about what could come next, Anderson.
Yeah, Jeff Zeleny, thanks very much. And as Michelle Obama was saying last night, the refrain, do something. I just want to play a little bit of from Oprah Winfrey's speech tonight.
There are people who want you to see our country as a nation of us against them, people who want to scare you, who want to rule you, people who'd have you believe that books are dangerous and assault rifles are safe, that there's a right way to worship and a wrong way to love, people who seek first to divide and then to conquer. But here's the thing, when we stand together, it is impossible to conquer us.
Dude, it's I have to point it out. I tried my hardest to not point it out, but like, isn't it crazy that she's 70 years old? '70? Yes, she was born in 1954.
Black don't crack.
I mean, it's a little more than that. It's a little bit more than that as well. There's definitely a little bit of billionaire skincare. She's worth $3 billion, and it's not fucking crazy. I'm just talking about the fact that not that it's crazy that Oprah in particular still looks like she's 40. I'm talking about the fact that we have tech that can make you look like you're 40 at 70. Like, that's crazy. Not her in particular, but the fact that it's possible is crazy. We, don't you mean they? You know what I mean. You know, but when I said that, I meant humanity as a whole has created tech that allows for that. Okay. What's the tech? I mean, like a skincare regime that is very good. And like there's a bunch of crazy shit you can do, like LPL or something. And there's like micro abrasions that induce like collagen and adrenochrome. But yeah. What the fuck does this mean? I can't read this out loud.
The question, Van Jones, is how involved will she become? She did, campaigned for candidate Obama in 2008.
Look, I mean, I know her a little bit, and I know that she's been very concerned about the state of democracy, very concerned about what she sees as just rising hate and intolerance, and a sense that our democracy is at risk. So if she decides to deploy fully, I mean, she can be a double threat because you got suburban women who we've got to get to move toward us. She's got power there, and you've got to get the black turnout up. She can do both. You can send her to Pennsylvania. You can send her to Michigan. So if she decides to really do it, she can do a lot. She also, we do have to raise money. And I think, if you make her central to a fight.
At Denims, they're talking about the stem cells harvested from foreskin. There's a boy video talking about penis being used for skincare injections. Y'all are crazy, man. Y'all are crazy. Guys, I just use a retinol and moisturize, bro. I don't know about all that. I don't know about... That's kind of crazy. Trump 2024. I can tell you like penis on your face, sir.
Fundraising
that guy
effort,
definitely is on
that's
that
going to
shit.
go well as well. So look, I think what you're seeing is somehow Kamala Harris, who was so underestimated, is turning out to be a magnet that you can just build this incredible Lego transformer thing around. From the Tim Waltzes to the Oprah Winfrey's. I don't know how the Republicans are going to fight this thing, but it's fun to play with.
Calm down.
Okay,
just a little bit. Let me just.
One of you guys has to know. Who the fuck is this? That one felt like, I don't mean to be the person, David Axelrod. That one felt like a racial microaggression. I'm just going to say it, dude, okay? I'm sorry. Having a guy talking about like, yeah, I'm really excited. I feel like Kamala's got a lot of steam behind her. She's got a lot of enthusiasm, and then saying, calm down. Unless he's just being sarcastic, but let's see.
Just say to you what the candidate and her team is saying to people in this arena. I said it before. I'm not sure if the election...
I don't even feel comfortable reading this out loud, but that was the vibe I got. Simmer down. That was what I got as well. All right. I'm glad I wasn't the only person, okay?
Or tonight that Donald Trump wouldn't win that election. John King will show you the map. These battleground states are battlegrounds for a reason, and in many of them, she's not winning right now, and she's had a pretty good month. So there's a lot of work to be done here. It's not a slam dunk. I mean, I think
how do you see a surrogate like an Oprah? Effective, not effective? How do you
I mean, honestly,
how do you see
now I'm going to get all hackish on you and say I really haven't seen the numbers, how people view her as a surrogate for a candidate in this particular race. I thought she was outstanding tonight. I love the line about choose common sense over nonsense,
awesome.
Which in some ways is the tone of this whole convention, you know, they're going at Trump in a different way.
She also followed on a theme from several other speakers. So she said, as an independent talking to independents. Pete
Yes.
Buttigieg said, directed his comments to people at their kitchen table. And then you also had, I think earlier, the Republicans who were saying, look, Republicans like us who believe X, Y, and Z, and Walz at the end saying, okay, this is the part of my speech you should clip, save, and share. There was much more call to action from the stage tonight, and to hear it from an Oprah, et cetera, I think is like can be meaningful.
But I do think it's important. I do think it's important that people sober up here when they leave and say, "We've got a battle ahead here. This is not. This is not over."
Let me bring in John King.
Such a worthless piece of. What a worthless piece of advice. I think people really need to leave the DNC and sober up and know we got a lot of work ahead of us. What the fuck are you talking about, dude? Like, genuinely, like, what the fuck? Who the fuck let this guy talk, man? Oh my God. Whoa, you're joking. What? No way. The term wet blanket as a person? Ugh.
John, you've been looking also at Robert F. Kennedy. Obviously, if the idea that he might drop out of the race, the impact of that potentially.
Right, and so we've talked about him for months, about the prospect of a third-party candidate, a decent number. And
I must be on one. I don't know what drugs I'm on today, but like I can't stop noticing the weirdest shit. This guy's hands look huge.
And so we've talked
Look at him.
about him for months.
Oh my God. He's got some fucking grippers on that shit. What the fuck? My brain wants to convince me that there are 6 fingers, but I keep counting them and it's only 5.
It's about the prospect of a third-party candidate, a decent number, and who would that impact? We talked a bit earlier about how different
like, holds a
tone-wise
bowling
Kamala
ball.
Harris running against Donald Trump. A smaller field also.
And it takes up
yes,
this much
maybe
space.
Robert Kennedy endorses Donald Trump. Maybe I'm a bit of a contrarian here. I'm going to make the argument that still helps Kamala Harris, and let me explain why. This is 2020. You see Donald Trump, he's at 47% if you round that up, right? 46.8. You go back to 2016. Donald Trump is at 46.4, essentially the same number. Even though turnout was much bigger in 2020, significantly higher, Donald Trump got the same number, just shy of 47 right there. There is not, at least there's no evidence, if we have 2 campaigns, who knows what this one is like, but before us right now, there is zero evidence that there is majority support for Trump or Trumpism nationally or even in the battleground states in 2016 when Donald Trump won Michigan, but only with 48%. He couldn't get to 50. That was Wisconsin, I'm sorry. This is Michigan. He won Michigan with 48%. He couldn't get to 50. Let's drop down to Pennsylvania. He won Pennsylvania with 49%. He couldn't get to 50. Then you come to 2020, and you go through the same states. Again, he's at 49%. And you come out here, and you come over to Michigan. This time Joe Biden flipped the blue wall back. He's at 48%. And you come over to Wisconsin, and he's at 49% if you round it up. That's close to 50%, but it's not 50%. So what's the difference? In the 2020 campaign, the third-party candidates combined got about 2%. In the 2016 campaign, I'll go back there, 2016 campaign, the third-party candidates combined got about 6%, just shy of 6%. That was a huge difference. One last point, Kennedy getting out, we'll see what happens. We talked about this on your show, Anderson, a long time ago. Back in May, I was raising the prospect, are we going to have a 1992-like Perot campaign with a third-party...
Hand's so big, he's mislooking. I'm so sorry for infecting all of you guys with this, too. They had to get the guy with the biggest hands to touch the biggest screen. Denims, you screwed us. I can't stop watching his hands. I fucking got you guys.
Candidate getting into double digits because he was at 9% in Michigan, 10% in Pennsylvania, 9% in Wisconsin, the other third-party candidates well below. This is back in May. Here's where we were a week or so ago. We're using the exact same poll, New York Times Siena poll here, so it's apples and apples. Down to 5% in Michigan, 5% in Pennsylvania, 6% in Wisconsin. I've seen data since this. This poll ended almost 2 weeks ago, 10 days ago. I've seen data since then that shows those numbers. It's a different poll, but the number's even a bit lower. So Robert F. Kennedy's numbers are going down. His fundraising is also going down. So he's going to step aside. Maybe he endorses Trump.
But the worst part about Robert F. Kennedy even getting in the race and then doing the shit show that he did, I don't even know how else to describe it. He ended up bringing more people to the left. Like, a lot of people who were RFK voters ended up becoming undecided voters, you know, after the whole like leaving a bear carcass in Times Square instead of skinning it and eating it, and having brain worms that ate pieces of his brain and then died. A lot of those people were like, you know, actually, I don't know if I want to vote for this guy. I thought I wanted to, but I don't know that I want to anymore. I'm going to vote for Kamala. And most of those people are voting for Kamala instead of Trump. So, like, it almost had the opposite effect at this point. Him entering the race to take votes away from the left. It's not even working. And I think all of us knew that he would drop out, but he borrowed the fake hands from the lawyer on Always Sunny. Wait, you're so right, dude.
But I would say from 2020 and 2016, the lesson is the fewer candidates, the better for the Democrats. We will see if that holds this time.
So, John, I've had the, I have long adhered to the theory that you have, which is that Trump has a high floor and a low ceiling, and the more third-party candidates that are in there that lower that threshold to win favors Trump. But when you look at these polls and what Robert Kennedy has lost, he's largely lost the Democrats and the Democratic-leaning voters who have come back into the fold, and that leaves more of the right-wing populist sort of conspiracy theory folks who have gravitated to his candidacy because of anti-vaxxing and so on. What makes you feel that those folks are not going to gravitate to Trump?
I think they would, if they vote. If they vote, they would gravitate to Trump. We've met several on the campaign. I'm thinking of a fisherman right now, Lucas Raymond from New Hampshire, who was a Trump supporter in 2016, didn't like the chaos of Trump.
Oh, sorry. Did I say Times Square? I meant Central Park. Sorry.
Robert F. Kennedy on the Joe Rogan podcast. A lot of Trump supporters.
I don't think RFK was trying to steal from the Democrats. We literally have evidence that RFK was talking to Donald Trump about dropping out and getting a cabinet position. Like that was his plan in the first place. Getting in there in the first place. That was his plan. The fact that he started in the DNC is why that was the plan in the first place. Because him being previously a Democrat means that he might be more able to take Democrat votes.
Supporters listen to Joe Rogan. A lot of Kennedy supporters listen to Joe Rogan. They hear him on these podcasts, and they like him. Not just because of the anti-vax stuff. They liked him because in his earlier career as an environmental lawyer, he fought polluters, and the fishermen are dealing with polluters all the time, people who they think are striking their livelihood. So he had some genuine support from people who are disaffected from politics and thought he might help. So we'll see if they go, but if they go back to Trump and that gets Trump from 46 back to 48, that's still not enough. One other point, though, as you bring this up, when we walked out of the hall last night, I saw a young man with a Howard University shirt on, holding a Jill Stein sign. In the state of Michigan, even if Robert F. Kennedy steps aside, Jill Stein has been working the Palestinian, the Arab American community in the state of Michigan. She was a thorn in Hillary Clinton's side in this state in 2016. Kamala Harris still might have to deal with her right there in 2024.
All right, John King, thanks. Just ahead, a fact check of the big speeches tonight.
Excellent cut. Perfect cut. Excellent. Oh, man. Fuck off Jill Stein, dude. Jill Stein. Jill Stein is like Rick and Morty. I don't hate her because she's her. I hate her because of the fan base. And I can never enjoy any of it because of the fan base. It's like the fan base ruined it, dude. I'm a Marianne Williamson write-in voter. Voting Jenk, don't care. Voting Jenk, don't care. Don't care. Don't care. All right. The next thing I wanted to talk about with you guys was... Where is it? Where'd it go? Oh, this was a good highlight of the DNC as well. Jeffries speaking. Hakeem Jeffries.
Now the road ahead will not be easy, which brings me to you know who.
Honestly, I kind of want to watch the whole thing if you guys are down. Let's go. He only spoke for 8 minutes. I won't lie. I'm a Hakeem Jeffries simp.
Hakeem Jeffries, the minority
Whoa, dude.
leader at the podium. Let's listen.
It's a high honor and a distinct privilege as a Brooklynite, New Yorker, and as an American to...
Wait, before we get that. I'm leaning towards the Green Party myself for the first time just because they are anti-war and they have the highest chance of actually winning something, very small to zero, but still trying hard to understand the hate from the left communities, but I don't get it. I mean, I think the hate is pretty simple. It's just your team is not going to win, dog. I'm sorry to tell you that. Your team will hold an L. And until we have ranked choice voting, it's a vote that's going into the garbage. If you want to vote green, your primary goal should be getting ranked choice voting on the ballot. Why doesn't Green Party ever run for offices they can actually win? That would make them effective. Because I would vote, I'm not even joking, I would vote green probably almost every single time if there was ranked choice. And I think I speak for a lot of people in here when I say that. It's not that we don't like the party. It's not that we don't think that the party has good values. It's that we know they're not going to win. And until there's ranked choice, I can't in good faith vote for them. I just can't do it. If there was ranks, yeah, fuck yeah, they would be first and then I would vote them. What exactly is ranked choice? Basically just like, I think there's a good video on it. One sec. Basically, you rank the groups that you would want most at the top. And if those people don't win, then they take the next set of votes and so on and so forth. So instead of you voting just for one party, you can vote for multiple parties in the order you would like them in. The CGP Gray video. Yeah, but that guy like hates streamers watching his shit, so I won't watch it. There's like a bunch of other videos. Maybe this one's good. From 10 years ago, Monka.
Pick your favorite color.
Oh, God. PBS News. All right.
Ranked choice voting. You've probably been hearing about it, but how does it work? And why are places like
Why the American fucking music in the
New York
back?
City using it? It can be confusing, so let's use ice cream to demonstrate.
Can we be treated like adults? Can I please be treated like an adult? It's not complicated. We don't need to use ice cream.
So what is ranked choice voting? In most parts of the United States, voters select a single candidate for...
Why is all of this for children? It's very straightforward. I just want a video to do it because it's very straightforward and I don't want to confuse anyone. Whatever. It's only 2 minutes long. We're just going to watch this, I guess. Baby brain? Oh my God.
For each position on their ballot. And the candidate with the most votes wins.
Denims, it's not for children, it's for Americans.
This is known as single choice winner take all, which can sometimes result in the election of a candidate who earned only a small percentage of the vote, even when the majority of voters...
I can't watch that video. I can't. I'm sorry. Oh my God. I feel like I'm being insulted. So hardcore. Thank you. This is a good video. I think this is the one we initially watched.
Here in the United States and in many other places around the world, there are two dominant political parties. And it's not so good. The question is, if everyone hates two-party systems, why are they so common? Well, one big reason is the voting system most of us use. So in this video, we're going to simulate some elections to see why plurality is so bad, and we'll also look at two better voting systems. Okay, so here are the three voting systems we're going to look at. First, there's plurality voting, where every voter votes for exactly one candidate. This is also called first past the post. I'm honestly not quite sure why it's called that, but apparently it's a reference to horse racing. Second, we have instant runoff voting, sometimes called ranked choice voting, where each voter ranks the candidates from best to worst, and then those rankings are used to eliminate one candidate at a time. And finally, there's approval voting, where each voter can vote for as many candidates as they want. Each of these systems will have a flaw and a voting strategy related to that flaw, and we'll fill those in as we go.
Wait.
These are all voting systems.
Ones if you've seen this video, twos if you haven't.
Systems that choose one winner. There are also systems that select multiple winners, and those, frankly, are way better. Really just because they don't try to collapse a bunch of different preferences into one single outcome. We might talk about multi-winner systems in a future video, but for now we're going to focus on these single winner methods, since multi-winner elections aren't always an option without restructuring the government, which I guess is hard. But okay, before we dive into the specifics of these methods, let's talk about how we're going to model the voters' preferences. One way to do it, which is pretty common, is to put everything on a one-dimensional left-to-right spectrum. In this model, each candidate and each voter would sit at some position on this line that represents their views. Now, obviously, this is much, much simpler than the real world, since all...
Okay, I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. Denims, this is very informative, but I can't understand it unless they use something like ice cream to illustrate ranked choice. Let's do the instant runoff, okay? Which is basically ranked choice.
Now let's see how these other ones behave. Next, we have instant runoff voting, where each voter ranks the candidates from most to least favorite. A runoff system is a series of elections, each one narrowing the list of candidates until a winner is found. And with instant runoff voting, we use the voters' rankings to do the runoff instantly. So that's where the name comes from. As an example, let's step through the process using the same set of voters and candidates we used before. Step 1 is to see how many times each candidate was ranked as the first choice. Notice how these are the same totals as in the honest plurality election. And if this were a plurality election, we'd be done. But in instant runoff, we eliminate the candidate in last place and then run the election again, this time counting the second choices of the purple voters. And this process can be repeated as many times as needed, depending how many candidates there are. And now, these are the same final totals we saw in the plurality elections when the voters were strategic. So one way to think about it is that instant runoff voting allows voters to vote honestly, but if their favorite candidate ends up getting last anyway, they can fall back on being strategic with their second favorite. Pretty nice, honestly.
Do you guys get it? Do you guys understand? So like in the first set,
choice.
The first choice that people have is like 18 vote, this would be Green Party technically, but let's say purple. 39 would vote orange and 43 would vote green, right? So in this instance, let's pretend like green is Republicans, yellow's Democrats, and then purple here would be the third party, independent party, Green Party, whatever. If you can rank who you want to vote, and you're saying, hey, I want purple more than anything else, and then I'm down to pick yellow if I can't have purple. It means that even if you don't get what you want, you'll still get the second best choice. You voting Green Party doesn't mean that Republicans win. You can vote Green Party, and if Green Party doesn't win, at least Democrats still win. Versus our current system where you have to vote for the bigger party or you're totally boned. It means you don't have to throw away your vote. You get to put in your throwaway vote first, and then if that doesn't win, it's okay. It's all good. All right. Next, guys. Next, beyond that. I wanted to see the Hakeem Jeffries speech. I am a huge Hakeem Jeffries simp.
You sure about that?
I'm so sorry. I thought this was a different... No, I am not a Hakeem Jeffries simp. Sorry. My brain is so cooked. This is the guy who was like talking about being super pro-Israel. This guy's a total fucking piece of shit. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. Jesus Christ. Please do not. Oh my God. You thought he was Obama? What the hell? No, he didn't think he was Obama. No. Who are you talking about? I don't even remember who I was talking about. Was I thinking of Cory Booker? No. Cory Booker is totally different. And I also am not a Cory Booker fan. I like the way Cory Booker speaks. I don't like Cory Booker in general, though. I don't know that most people do. All right, sorry. He had one thing that I wanted to see, though.
Over the last few years, House Democrats have been hard at work, and we could not have asked for a better leader to partner with than President Joseph Robinette Biden, who will go down as one of the most consequential.
Yeah, Cory Booker is Fetterman-level Zionist. Yeah. Don't scare us like that. Sorry, I totally scared the shit out of you guys. My bad. No, Cory Booker is a great speaker, and I want to like him, and I want to simp for him, but I know that he's like a huge fucking Zionist, and he's just a huge establishment Democrat, and just generally like a piece of shit. But no, I can't like him. I can't. I can't. I was thinking of Jamal Bowman. I don't even know how my brain farted that bad on that front. Because I am a huge Jamal Bowman fan. I'm a huge Jamal Bowman simp. That's who I was trying to reference. Yeah, isn't it sad? He whatever. Well, we'll talk about it later.
Presidents of all time. Last month, President Biden selflessly passed the torch to Vice President Kamala Harris, who is ready, willing, and able to fight for the people. Kamala Harris is a courageous leader, a compassionate leader, and a common sense leader who will deliver real results for everyday Americans. Kamala Harris is fighting for our freedom. Kamala Harris is fighting for our families. Kamala Harris is fighting for our future. Together, let's make Kamala Harris the 47th President of the United States of America.
This guy really is like Cory Booker with no riz. Straight up.
In our great country, when you work hard and play by the rules, you deserve to earn a living wage. You deserve to have an affordable place to call home. You deserve to educate your children in a great public school that is free from gun violence. And you deserve high quality, affordable health care, and you deserve the chance to one day retire with grace and with dignity. But for far too many people in our great country, they are struggling to live paycheck to paycheck. And as a result, the American dream is out of reach. Here's the thing, extreme MAGA Republicans don't care about everyday Americans.
It's so fucked up because I agree with everything that he's saying, but because I both don't like him and because he talks like AI text-to-speech, I'm so not hyped for anything he's fucking saying.
They only care about themselves. Our approach, led by Kamala Harris and Coach Walz, is very different. We care about you, the American people.
About you.
And we will fight hard to make sure that the American dream is alive and well in every single community. Now, the road ahead will not be easy, which brings me to you-know-who. Donald Trump is like an old boyfriend who you broke up with, but he just won't go away.
How do you deliver such a fire line, but then you deliver it with so little riz? It sounds terrible. If Obama said this shit, white women would be going crazy right now.
Has spent the last 4 years spinning the block, trying to get back into a relationship with the American people. Bro, We broke up with you for a reason.
He wants to be Obama so bad, you can tell. I know. These lines are good. Whoever wrote his script did a good job, but it sounds so dog shit. Bro, we broke up with you for a reason.
Brother,
Rizless.
this guy stinks.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks. Man, Christ. Contraman, thank you so much for the 12 months. Thank you.
Trump was the mastermind of the GOP tax scam, where 83% of the benefits went to the wealthiest 1% in America. Trump failed our country during the COVID-19 pandemic. Trump is a chaos agent who is focused on himself, not the American people.
Dude, he even makes Trump sound cool. He's a chaos agent.
Trump tried to destroy our democracy by lying about the election and inciting a violent mob to attack the Capitol. Trump put 3 extreme justices on the Supreme Court who destroyed Roe v. Wade. We broke up with you for a reason. Donald Trump.
Oh no, he said it with even worse cadence a second time. Dude, not good, man. Not good. Jesus. Trump is barely, like, comprehensible, and he's got more fucking cadence, or better cadence and more riz than this. Here's Trump responding to the shit that Barack said about him. For anyone who missed it, Barack Hussein Obama said, have you ever seen anyone more obsessed with crowd numbers?
Did you see Barack Hussein Obama last night?
Hit him with this.
Take little shots. He was taking shots at your president.
It's so good every time.
And so was Michelle. You know, they always say, sure, please stick to policy. Don't get personal. And yet they're getting personal all night long, these people. Do I still have to stick to...
Hey, these guys are finally picking up on our strategy. What do they want to win?
Policy. No, he was very nasty last night. I try and be nice to people, you know, but it's a little tough when they get personal. Please, again, remember, please, sir, don't get personal. Talk about policy. Let me ask you about that. We're going to do a free poll. Here's the 2 questions. Should I get personal? Should I not get personal? Ready? Should I get personal? Should I not get personal? I don't know. My advisors are fired. No.
What did I just say? Remember when I said fucking Hakeem Jeffries got no riz on the stage? He's saying all the right shit and he got no riz with it. So it fucking hits like... I don't even know. Like, I can't even think of it. It hits the way like a fucking Bud Light hits. It's like, yeah, I mean, I guess I'll have a Bud Light. Isn't this beer woke? Wet noodle? Yeah, it's not good. It's very bland. Like a warm Bud Light. Donald Trump says the most insane, stupid shit, but he says it with so much riz.
I would rather keep it on policy, but sometimes it's hard. No, I called her crooked Hillary. I call people names. I call crazy Nancy Pelosi crazy because she is. She's nuts.
Most recently, I don't know if you guys saw it. He should have picked up this one a long time ago. He started calling Kamala Harris Comrade Kamala. Comrade Kamila, I think, is like the peak form of that.
You know, Biden is really angry. You know, he's very angry. He was so angry the other...
Still talking about Biden.
The night, he's like seething. You ever see a guy make a speech? It's such anger and so uncomfortable, just shouting.
Have I ever seen a guy make a speech being uncomfortable and angry? Let me think.
But he's terrible. He's just terrible.
That was amazing. Oh, that was good. That was good. And then here's some other stuff that he had to say about Barack.
We are now just moments away from night 2 of the Democratic National Convention kicking off here in Chicago. A familiar stage for the man delivering tonight's headline address, former President Barack Obama. It's one of the many speeches from top Democrats tonight as they will be making the case for Vice President Kamala Harris. The former First Lady, Michelle Obama, is also going to be on that stage tonight. I want to go to CNN's Jeff Zeleny, who is just right next door to where she will be speaking shortly. And Jeff, you've been doing some reporting on her speech and really just her mindset as she is returning to a very familiar spotlight for her at the convention.
And Caitlin, Michelle Obama certainly is coming home to Chicago tonight to deliver what she rarely does, a public political address. But for all the attention focused on the former president, I am told the Harris campaign is focused more on Michelle Obama. They believe that her
It was kind of crazy, though, when Clinton said, "I'm younger than the man running for president," about Trump. Yeah.
speech tonight could resonate much more outside this convention hall in the weeks to come in this election. I am told that the former First Lady is going to say she would like to sit on the sidelines, but this campaign is too important to do so. Of course, we all remember 8 years ago when she addressed the Democratic Convention back in 2016 in Philadelphia. She addressed...
Also, low-key, I can't blame, this is from last night, isn't it? Yeah. I can't blame Michelle Obama for not wanting to be in the spotlight anymore after, like, how many years of being called a man. Yeah, I would never want to be on the fucking stage again. I'd be like, okay, dude, I'm good on being harassed nonsensically. Just like, yeah, racist attacks, yeah.
End of the evening, anticipation already building for it, but Michelle Obama may be the one to watch.
Yes,
Caitlin?
and we will all be keeping a close eye on that. Jeff Zeleny, thank you for that. We'll keep checking in with you. We're also keeping an eye on new comments from Donald Trump, who is out on the campaign trail today. That is where we find CNN's Kristen Holmes at this hour. Kristen, you spoke to Donald Trump directly earlier. What did he tell you?
Well, Caitlin, I asked him about the DNC and particularly former President Barack Obama's speech tonight. I cited the fact that in 2020, Obama said that Trump never grew into the role as president. And then I asked him for essentially a rebuttal of the speech. This is what he said, almost a complete turnaround of what we have heard him say about former President Obama before.
I like him. I think he's a nice gentleman, but he was very, very weak on trade. If you take a look at what happened to our country trade-wise, it was a disaster. Take a look at Japan, take a look at China, take a look at what happened with some of these countries, what they did. But I happen to like him. I respect him and I respect his wife.
Caitlin, I respect him and I respect his wife. Obviously very different from what we've heard from Donald Trump, particularly during his tenure in office, when he repeatedly blamed Obama for a lot of shortcomings in his own office, tried to undermine his legacy, and before that was the biggest promoter of birtherism, essentially saying that Obama wasn't eligible to be president. We have never really heard, at least in modern times, him say that he had some kind of level of respect for him and his wife, but clearly he is shifting his tune today.
Interesting comments, Kristen Holmes. Thank you for that. We're back here with our political experts at the table. John, I mean, he accused him of directly spying on his campaign, the birtherism. I mean, I respect him, but I respect his wife.
By luck of the draw, I interviewed Donald Trump the day Barack Obama finally released his birth certificate. And I showed a copy to Donald Trump, and he threw it back at me like that. And he said he was sending a team to Hawaii to investigate. He has at some of his rallies used Barack Obama's middle name, Barack Hussein Obama.
He types it in all caps.
Raising questions that Obama is not legitimate, that he's not American, that he shouldn't have been president. What does that tell me? It tells me that Donald Trump, who occasionally listens to his political advisors and has very smart political advisors, has been told, guess what, sir, you're losing. You're losing because people think you're unhinged. You're losing because not only black voters, but...
Can you imagine being Trump and someone says to you, you're losing because you're unhinged?
people in the suburbs don't like your tone. That's what that tells me.
Yeah, I mean...
Who is that man? I mean, this is, look, to John's point, this is about one thing and one thing only, and that's the campaign and voters, and he is worried about this race. And I mean, I have a list of insults that he has made about both Barack Obama and Michelle Obama. She polls very badly. She's just terrible, and so forth and so on. He thought when he was running against Joe Biden that he could get some black votes, that he could get Hispanic votes. He sees what's going on with Kamala Harris, and that's when they go low, he's going high for the first time ever.
Yeah, we'll see how long that lasts.
Start the clock.
Right.
David, obviously Trump has been keeping a close eye on this convention, watching it. One of his former administration officials, Stephanie Grisham, is going to be on that stage tonight. Not just her, but other Republicans as well. I mean, how is that going to go over?
Yeah, look, I don't think that's going to bother him. And if you want me to believe that Kamala Harris is now for fracking, I can believe that Donald Trump now likes Barack Obama. Okay, so it's a new political world today. Okay, I look.
That line did kind of eat. I won't lie.
People are coming up. I think I said this. Jeff Duncan in the state of Georgia may have some impact because he's a known entity. I think the rest of the people, nobody really knows who they are. Some Republicans. It's good political theater here tonight. It's nice for them to put them on and say, look how bad Donald Trump is. But to the rest of the world, it's largely irrelevant, other than in Georgia where it may have some impact. Come on, nobody knows. Nobody knows.
Ouch.
I don't think that's where she's going.
Okay. Donald, it's like when they go low.
Be nice.
No, when they go low, we go high. He sounds high right now. Is actually what it is. Donald Trump. This
so
is
mean. Mean.
No. What is mean is Donald Trump the whole time questioning a black man's citizenship, using a name like Hussein as a derogatory term. That is mean. What is mean is calling African countries S-hole countries and A-hole countries. That's mean. That was a joke.
Yeah. She's gonna get in his ass. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Go in. Go harder.
What he said maybe is a joke. Donald Trump does not respect Barack Obama. He does not respect Michelle Obama. I'm not even sure he knows what respect is. And if he does, I don't want that kind of respect.
He just was very kind to them. That was as kind as it gets.
No, it wasn't honest, though.
How do you know it wasn't honest?
Well, if that's what liking somebody means, I don't want that kind of like in my life. That's like how enemies like people.
If that was honest, then you're saying he's been dishonest for the last 6 years.
Well, listen,
the last 10 years.
John, listen, you said it's politics, right? It's all politics, right?
That is politics.
Politics. Yes. And people say to him, his advisors, some advisors say, listen, let's stick to the facts. Let's talk about the economy. Let's talk about the border. Let's talk inflation. Let's not make it about people, right? So maybe he's listened, just like you said. I'm hopeful because he's leading on right now, that CBS poll. He's leading her on inflation, economy, and the border. Let's keep talking about those issues.
That's not going to get him black.
Maybe he thought she was talking about someone else. David.
Dude, this is the face. This is the face of someone who realized that their strategies can finally be used against them. They're like, wait, but you guys weren't supposed to do what we do. You guys are supposed to go high, and we're supposed to go low. That's not what you're supposed to do. Stop being mean. Stop it. Stop. That guy does not have black friends. Whoa, dude. Listen, man, just because you're right doesn't mean you should say it. What the?
You're on someone else. David Urban, everyone else, thank you for that.
Yes, thank you for that. I appreciate it. So I do feel like we do need to talk about this. This is breaking news. Undercover weirdo Mike Lindell, this is the My Pillow guy, right? Investigates a gender-neutral bathroom at the DNC after going in. He says that this is a spiritual battle of evil and good. But they're winning. They're always winning. Let's see it, guys.
That bizarre. That's all I can say. What is wrong with that picture? A lot.
Were there urinals? Any women sitting in urinals?
You know, I didn't look. I kind of went, kind of had a little tunnel vision in there.
What has happened to our world?
It's upside down. It's right now. This is the battle we're in. It's a spiritual battle of evil and good and nonsensical and common sense. We have this. It's like a teeter-totter, but we're winning. I really believe we're winning. Pat?
Who asked the question? Were there women sitting in the urinals? I just want to know. Kind of had a little tunnel vision. Oh, you mean like every time anyone goes into the bathroom ever? What type of freak is going into the bathroom and they're like, I'm looking. I'm looking. Like, people go to the bathroom to go to the bathroom and then get the fuck out of there as quickly as possible. There's no one that wants to be. Bad trainer, thank you for the 60 miles. Thanks. Me looking for women sitting on the urinal. It's just so weird. It's so weird to care about such a non-issue. You should find the clip of the child absolutely owning him. The child. All right. I haven't tweeted in ages, guys. Yeah, an actual 12-year-old was fucking owning him. The kid. Hey, guys, I'll look at the kid. Hold up. But quick. Pump it. Clip it and chip it, boys. Okay, let's see. Mike Lindell. I assume if I just look up his name, it'll come up pretty quickly. Oh, no. Oh my God.
That's in your state. You want to know more in your state? They just found 257,000 votes. This happened last week. A judge ruled in Georgia that are missing from the 2020 election. This just came out. You're behind. You should.
So your source is trust me, bro? That's your source?
The source, it's in your papers in Georgia. You need to read your news.
You haven't given me any last name.
You need to read your news. No, this is your Georgia news. This is your Georgia. Thanks, buddy.
I have to see it again.
That's in your state. You want to know more in your state? They just found 257,000 votes. This happened last week. A judge ruled in Georgia that are missing.
How insane do you have to be to start arguing with children? Like, I always thought it was very pathetic that Steven Crowder and Ben Shapiro. That Ben Shapiro and Steven Crowder had to go to colleges to debate people when they're like 20 years older than the kids they're debating. And they're like finding the most green, like 18-year-olds they can find that just got accepted in college and then debating those people. Why are you screaming at a kid? Dude, the way that the kid is even posing. What's the sculpture called? The Thinker or something? He's like... Just this image belongs in the Louvre. The kid is biting his nails. What are you talking about? The finger bends over like this, huh? Beefing with a kid is insane, bro. Yeah, and also, why would you ever beef with a kid? The fear that you would ever lose should be enough to dissuade you.
From the 2020 election. This just came out. You're behind. You should.
So your source is trust me, bro? That's your source?
Like, I think you just have to end it all. Like, like it's over, man. You need a new identity. You need a new passport, a new name, new photo, change your hair, get some plastic surgery, move to a different country. Start from scratch, man. Start fresh. Okay? Because this isn't working for you, man. It's not working. For you to get in this kid's face and be like, yeah, well, yeah, there's all these votes. And the kid's like, so your source, let me get this straight, is trust me, bro? Oh my God, dude.
No, the source, it's in your papers in Georgia. You need to read your news.
You haven't given me any last name.
You need to read your news. No, this is your Georgia news. This is your Georgia.
This is my favorite Republican spiel. Anyone here who's talked to Republicans before, you know that they all do this exact strategy. Once they start getting owned, they're like, you know, it's in your papers. It's in the news. You know, if you check the news, it's there. It's like, do you have an article, a name? Do you have a particular prosecutor? Anything? It's in the news. You know, if you went and watched Fox, you would see it's in the news. He's just, oh my God, man.
Have a good day, sir. Let's keep walking.
God, oh man, Jesus. Why is some crackhead weirdo harassing children? Oh, the only thing worse than this was, did you guys see this photo op? Oh my God, JD Vance is just like, oh, the media's had a great time.
Looks like we're. Is there anybody else in here? All right, one of the few. Okay. So we are. Let's see. We're gonna get. How many people, Nick? How many donuts do we need to get? I would get a couple dozen, sir. A couple dozen. Okay. I'm sorry, Nick.
Why did the music get loud all of a sudden? What the?
Okay, yeah. She doesn't want to be on film, guys, so just cut her out of anything. Appreciate that, man.
I love how he's recording her, and then she's just like, bruh. She's like, why are you recording me? She doesn't want to be in it. Just remove her from it. Just remove her.
She doesn't want to be on film, guys, so just cut her out of anything. Appreciate that, man. I'm JD Vance. I'm running for vice president. Good to see you. Okay. We're going to do...
What did he say?
Vice president. Good to see you. Okay. Okay, yeah. She doesn't want to be on film, guys, so just cut her out of anything. Appreciate that, man. I'm JD Vance. I'm running for vice president. Good to see you.
I'm JD Vance. I'm running for vice president this year.
Okay.
Okay, what do you want, dude? I have other customers. Chocolate, strawberry. No, we don't have couch flavor. How many times I gotta tell you this, dude? Come on.
We're gonna do 2 dozen. Okay. Yep. Just a random assortment of stuff here. How long are you working?
I've been here since the beginning of July.
Okay.
For this year.
Okay. Good.
Oh my God, it's so awkward. Oh, dude, I'm less awkward. And that's saying something. Okay?
How about you, sir?
Dude, what's going wait, someone pointed out his haircut? What the fuck is this? Yeah, what is this palm tree ass haircut? What's going on here? Hey, yo, just give me a little fade, man. Give me a fade. Just take a little off the top. Just take a little off the bottom. Give me a nice little Phineas looking ass. Maybe it's like a requirement from Mr. Trump himself. Like Trump's hair is really gone. So he's like, dude, no, you have to go to the same hairstylist I go to. You can't have better hair than me.
Almost 2 years.
Okay. Good. How long is
Everything.
Just everything. Yeah, there'll be a lot of glaze here, some sprinkle stuff.
You want a glaze, huh?
Some of these cinnamon rolls, just whatever makes sense.
Ma'am, if you don't want to be on film.
Look. It's really funny because he can't even force himself to be charismatic for more than 5 seconds. You can just hear there's like 30 seconds. No. There's like 5 seconds where he's like polite and then he immediately switches to like, whatever makes sense, you fucking pores. Come on, chop. I'm on camera. This is so bad.
There'll be a lot of glazed here, some sprinkle stuff, some of these cinnamon rolls, just whatever makes sense.
Ma'am, if you don't want to be on film, you can.
my God. Oh my God. He can't even try to RP as a nice person for 5 seconds, dude. It's like a bad episode of The Office. Oh my God. I talked to a poor person. It was great. I didn't have my servant go order the donuts. I ordered them. Ooh.
If you don't want to be on film, you're okay.
Yeah. How long has this place been around?
About 4 years.
About 4 years? Okay. How long have you been here?
A little over 6 months.
Okay, good.
He doesn't have any other questions? Just like, how long have you been here? How long has the shop been here? How long have you been here? Does he have any questions? Guys, I'm not joking. I have I'm so bad at small talk. It's not my fault though. All right. It's not my fault. I was given social anxiety. Okay. And I grew up in New York where nobody expects you to engage in small talk. And if you do engage in small talk, they threaten to kill you. So I didn't get a lot of practice growing up. It's not my fault. I unlucky draw. All right. And I'm better at small talk. And I'm better at small talk. I can do a better job than this. What do you got? Any fun plans for the weekend? Yeah. All right. Be honest with me. How many donuts do you take home a week? All right. Keep it real. You guys have any flavors that have been canceled that I should be looking out for? Fucking like anything, dude. Come on. And write the questions down. You know you're going to a donut shop. Just write a bunch down. Fucking write it on your hand if you have to. Oh my God. My go-to is what's your favorite flavor? Literally anything. Anything. Ever fuck a couch? I mean donut. I mean wonderful weather we're having. So do you work here? So awkward.
When we selected this place, I didn't know if it had been here for 20 years or 4 years or, you know, you never
He's
know.
still on the one question. You can tell that he's a conservative because they only can do one joke. And I guess apparently also only one question. When we selected this place, why are you so clinical? Wonderful weather we're having. Dude, we need to put some respect on your name, dude. Even your profile picture go hard, dude. Baby Dan. Oh my. This guy cooking.
Sometimes you drop in.
This is a cool story. The owner of this place, basically him and his uncle own his grandfather's school.
What does this camera work? What are these flavors supposed to be? Purple? Pink? Why are there no signs?
Was founded in Douglas.
Oh, okay.
They got the grimace donut. Oh my God. Oh my God. Christ. Jesus. All right. Sorry, I want to see it again. I'm sick. Can I just see it one more time? No interruptions. I want to see it all as it was meant to be enjoyed. I want to pretend like I'm one of the workers there. No interruptions.
We're going to do 2 dozen.
Okay.
Yep. Just a random assortment of stuff here. How long have you worked here?
I've been here since the beginning of July.
Okay.
For this year.
Okay, good. How about you, sir?
Almost 2 years.
Okay, good. How long is it?
Everything.
Just everything, yeah. I mean, a lot of glazed here, some sprinkle stuff, some of these cinnamon rolls, just whatever makes sense.
Ma'am, if you don't want to be on film, you're okay. If you don't want to be on film, you're okay.
Yeah. How long has this place been around?
About 4 years.
About 4 years? Okay. How long have you been here?
A little over 6 months.
Okay, good. Yeah, when we selected this place, I didn't know if it had been here for 20 years or 4 years, or you never know. Sometimes you drop in.
It is a cool story. The owner of this place, basically him and his uncle own his grandfather's school, which was founded in Douglas.
Oh, okay.
And his uncle.
That was so bad. That's like, I gotta say, like, it's pretty bad. Pretty bad. But I do feel like, as a bit of a palate cleanser, just a tiny bit, okay? After seeing these fucking sad donuts, I'm gonna make you guys all hungry by showing you really nice donuts. I saw this and now I have to go. This is in Long Beach, which is forever and a half away, but I'm gonna go to it just to enjoy myself. When I'm done cutting, they recently put out these one-piece donuts. But they also have other donuts that are really cool. Dude, look at these donuts. Oh my God. They got an ube s'mores. Oh my folks. Oh. Can you believe that that's fucking legal? Dude, look at this donut. Neapolitan cake donut. Oh my God. Bro. Mint chocolate chip, rainbow sherbet, banana split donut, root beer float donut. What the fuck? These Sailor Moon donuts? Oh my God. These are so cute. This should be illegal, dude. This should be fucking illegal. Can you believe that this is legal? They're allowed to do this shit? I'm pretending like I'm eating the donuts. Do they even have a baklava donut? What the fuck? These are cute. These are so cute. They made the little donut holes. They made them into DVZ donuts. That's cute. Anyways, back to these donuts. Look at how sad these are. Jesus. Oh my. Bro, you don't walk into a donut place that looks like this and start harassing the fucking workers. They work in a donut shop that looks like this. You are not their customer base. Their customer base is like a slightly annoyed 50-year-old guy who wants something with his coffee. All right? Who's like, fucking purple. Even better yet was this, I guess, attempt at a photo op. Senator J.D. Vance was at a local deli in Kenosha, Wisconsin, per source out there. You have any food here you really don't like, we'll take some and feed it to the journalists on the plane. How to win friends and influence people. Oh my God. Oh, Jesus Christ. Somehow even worse than that. Even worse than the JD Vance appearances, this is crazy to me, liking this. Was this. I don't know how many of you guys have already seen this. I guess one's if you've seen this, two's if you haven't. DNC attendees cover their ears as the names of dead Palestinian children are read as they leave the convention.
again. Say it again. Mock them again. Mock the children again. Do it again. Do it again.
18 years old.
I can almost understand closing or like covering your ears because some people have like sensitivity with hearing and stuff, and having a megaphone right next to your ear might hurt you. I can understand that. Or like, I'm willing to try in good faith that, okay? Because I've been at like bars or like bars that have bands that perform or whatever, and I feel so bad. I feel like a total fucking cunt. But as I'm walking past the band, I'm like, it hurts so bad. My hearing is already so fucked. I can't understand anything. Use earplugs at loud shows. Well, the problem is like I show up at a bar for the bar and then randomly a band shows up and they start playing loud ass music. And I'm like, I know that everybody else is having a good time, but I didn't know this was going to happen and I didn't bring earplugs with me. I wasn't ready. I wasn't prepared. I'm sorry. So I can almost understand use earphones. Yeah, I mean, I've started leaving earplugs with me. And I think, yeah, having earplugs on my keys is really smart. That's a really smart one. Or even having earplugs as like a phone keychain or something. That would be really smart as well. But these people are all going to like the convention or leaving the convention. You have earplugs for the convention. No, the convention is really loud. I would be using earplugs for the convention. So why wouldn't you just, whatever. It doesn't matter. Whatever. The Robsaw, thank you for the tier 1. And Osco, thank you for the 15 months. Thank you. I hope they're embarrassed about this shit for a long time. Basically, my point is, okay, it's hard to say how many of these people are doing it just because they're sensitive to noise. And maybe 1 or 2 of them, sure. They're doing it because they're sensitive to noise. Being right next to a megaphone probably can hurt your ears, especially if you already have hearing damage or like ear pain or something. This is crazy. This?
Mock them again. Mock the children again. Do it again. Do it again.
18 years old. Yusuf Hassan. 8 years old.
Or this? What did the guy say? He said he was mocking the woman reading the names of the dead Palestinian kids. And the woman reading it is reading the names and reading the age. And he was mocking her by saying 18 years old. Just to make fun of her.
18 years old. Yusuf Hassan. 8 years old. Turn around and join the uncommitted delegates in the protest.
The like half smile and the head shake is like, oh, no, you're not doing this because it's loud. You're doing this because you're an asshole. This person, I believe, well, not this one. This one's saying la, 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 which is like, no, you're just like a bitch. This person could very easily be, I just want to persecute people who actually deserve to be persecuted, okay? This person possibly could have just been someone who is like, oh, this shit's really loud. I'm sorry. It's just really loud. Because you don't have any other context with them. Every other one of these people is like, la, 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 la. And then this dude is mocking them. And then this lady is smiling and is like, no. And then this dude is like smiling and shaking his head. Like the rest of them, other than the chick in this bright neon suit, which very easily could have just done it because of the noise, whatever. All the other people in this, you guys are fucking disgusting. You guys are fucking disgusting. A villainy, thank you for the 44 months. Thank you. It's fucking gross, dude. Moral standards for one thing, but flat out ignored a genocide. I mean, that's why this one is so rich. Rainbow fucking armband, wristband, and saying la 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 la. Okay. Fuck off. Like, go fuck off, dude. What is this tweet? I want to comment to my local Dem party about this. Here, I will post it in chat. Perfect examples of liberals just being gay Republicans. Yeah. It's just gross. It's just very gross. That's totally gross. Yeah. Yeah. Fuck these people. And God bless all the people posting their faces because genuinely, fuck these people. The laughing dude in the hat is especially vile for that. Yeah. Hassan got yelled at by an IRL gray name when he was walking out saying he doesn't support Palestine because he's at the DNC. I mean, yeah, people are always going to do that. It is what it is, right? Glue on Abe Lincoln beard in the comments. I didn't see it, but I'm scared to free scroll. Isn't that person the DNC? Well, not necessarily, right? I mostly just ignore those people because, like, who gives a fuck? But you condemn Hamas? I condemn Hamas. I do. It looks like currently there's some of the stuff that excuse me. Some of the stuff that I missed out on yesterday's protest news. Oh, here's the confrontation. Wait. I kind of want to see it. Wait.
Hey, love the hat. You know I was at the protest yesterday, right? I was at the protest 1 day ago, brother. Wait, I'm sorry, what did you say? Get out of here? You think I'm your fucking enemy? You think I am against Palestinian emancipation? Honestly, get the fuck out of here. Fucking child. What do you mean, honestly, no? Why are you chirping at me then? Don't call me a fucking child. Because you're being a fucking child. Be an adult. Think clearly. Dumbass. Oh, he does. And I agree with him. So why the fuck's he yelling at me?
I mean, okay. Low key though. Okay. If you are gonna act like a child, I mean, you take that L. You do take that L. I just think it's very bizarre. Carter Redhead, thank you for the tier 1. I think it's very bizarre, and this is, I think, one problem with like a very small minority in the leftist group. But there is one small portion of leftists that don't understand your frustrations, your anger should be directed at the right people. Chirping at a person who has been at the protests for Palestinians, who supports protesters showing up and fucking yelling at Democrats, raising millions of dollars for Palestinians, and doing nothing but covering Palestine for a very long time, even at the detriment of his own audience. I mean, I think most of us saw it happen when he was so vocally for the Palestinians after October 7th. He lost a portion of his audience, a huge portion of his audience, to stand by his values and his virtues. And he was like, well, whatever, fuck off then. If you are an Israel fucking loser Zionist, then get the fuck out of my chat. Who cares? And then to chirp at him, don't you have like better people to attack? You don't have better people to go after than like someone who's actively, vocally for Palestinians, who dropped his podcast Leftovers, dropped his friend, Ethan Klein, lost like a third of his audience, just raised millions of dollars, went to multiple protests just to stand by what he believed in. But because he went to the DNC, that's it. He's Zionist scum now? Like, is this really, guys? Really? This is a fucking joke, dude? Like, come on. Fucking come on. And at the DNC, he's literally criticizing the silence from the Democrats as well. Yeah. It's just weird. It's just weird. Is Ethan a Zionist? Pretty sure he isn't. He doesn't call himself a Zionist, but he's a Zionist by policy. He thinks Israel has a right to defend itself. He espouses all of the Zionist talking points. He just falls short of calling himself a Zionist. And there's multiple times actually where he caves and then he says, okay, then fine. If I do think Israel has a right to defend itself and bomb the shit out of Gaza, then maybe I am a Zionist. If that's what being a Zionist is, then yeah, that's what I am. Like, if I sit here and defend, if it walks like a duck, talks like a duck, He's a liberal Zionist at best. Oh yeah, I mean, like, he's I would say Ethan Klein is like the most left-leaning you can be as someone who thinks that Israel is justified in its attack on Gaza. Like, I think if Ethan could snap his fingers and end the conflict in a bloodless way, he would do it. I don't think he takes personal pleasure in like kids dying. But I think his position is closer to like Americans who talk about how the Japanese people, they just had to die. We had to nuke them. They're ignorant on reality and they want to believe that their side is just. And they don't want more suffering. They just feel like they have to be just. Otherwise, their country is committing so many war crimes. And they don't want to know that their country is committing these war crimes. That's his problem. So, like, I don't think he's a bad person. I think there's a difference between a Zionist who's like a piece of shit, like the IDF members who talk about like, yay, we're raising Gaza. Look, nothing's here. Ha 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 ha. We killed everyone. Those people. There's a huge difference between that type of person and the type of person who's like, we are Zionists because we have to be. Because we don't have any other choice. The only solution is that we have to kill all those people. If we didn't have to, I wouldn't be in support of it. And they just don't understand that, like, no, dude, it's wrong, man. I don't care if you think you have to do it. It's wrong to do. You can't just kill all those people because they might be terrorists. That's not cool. What if you were one of those people, man? You wouldn't have this position if you were one of those people. Therefore, you shouldn't have this position. There is not a single person in Gaza right now who thinks, well, Israel has to do this. Because what if one of us is a terrorist? And if you wouldn't have that position, if you were on the other side, you shouldn't have that position just because you're on this side and you RNG got lucky that you weren't on that side. Rawls, veil of ignorance. Surely we know this. I think Ethan has the potential to be on the right side of this. Yeah, I do think so. I do think so. And I do think that, like, Hassan trying to talk to him and stuff is, like, good and right. And I think people should try to. which is what he tried to, but it ended up causing too much friction. But like, I think that they're probably still friends or whatever. And I think it's important to be friends with people who can be convinced, because you might be the person that does it and you might be the person that convinces them. But like, kind of like a huge rift to have in a friendship that like one person just is on the total wrong side of an issue. Right? I feel like also he had come so far before Leftovers split, he really fell off on the propaganda cliff since then. Yeah, it was really sad. So yeah, I don't think Ethan Klein is a bad guy. I think he's irresponsible with his platform. And I think he doesn't want to change his position. And that's why he hasn't. And I think in time, he'll eventually change his position. But, Explain how he's irresponsible with his platform with examples. Yeah, that's really easy, actually. He took a tweet from a creator significantly smaller than him, Frogan, and her tweet was not about him. And then he sicked his audience on her, just for fun. She made a tweet talking about how she, as an Arab woman, went to a therapist and to, get therapy. And her therapist said, "I'm a Zionist. Is that going to be a problem for you?" Frogan tweets about this experience to her audience. And Ethan Klein gets personally offended enough to go on a show and be like, "I'm just really sick of the anti-Semitism around here. Pull up the Frogan tweet." And he gets tens of thousands of viewers. That's being irresponsible with your platform. To take someone's personal experience that's not about you, that's not about anything related to you, just to make fun of that person and then have your tens of thousands of fans go and harass them, that is being objectively irresponsible with your platform. But she posted it publicly? Well, if you post about having cancer, I'm allowed to make fun of you for it, right? The fuck are you talking about, dude? The fuck are you talking about? Just because something is public, just because you post about something to your audience, doesn't mean that anyone's allowed to come and just harass you. Not cool, dude. Like, this is not cool. Okay, last thing, and then we're going to move on because I have better things to do. Did he tell his audience to harass her? Also, is that your only example? Nice goalpost, first of all. You asked for one example. I gave you one example. All right, nice try, though. Second of all, if you make fun of someone on your stream, publicly humiliate them, have everyone in your audience humiliate them, that's harassing them. Next, you're going to tell me Trump didn't do an insurrection because he didn't say, go do an insurrection, right? Because that's how that works. As long as you don't say the magic words, you didn't do it. What are you, dumb? What are you, stupid? This is so basic. This is so basic. Also, yeah, that's like one example of the 3 or 4 times he harassed her. Yeah. It's not cool, dude. Not cool. Remember the cutie thing? Oh my God, that was another one that was not cool. Cutie talking about how the deepfake stuff has been really impacting her personally, getting on, opening herself up, being vulnerable, and crying on stream, and then him making fun of her. That's being irresponsible with your platform. Laughing your ass off because somebody feels like they are being used and publicly humiliated and then laughing at them, that's being irresponsible with your platform, dude. I don't know what to tell you. LOL. Oh, okay. I didn't know you were a total dipshit, man. Sorry, my bad. Here you go. Hold the ban. You should have just told me, dude, from the beginning. Oh, okay. Well, I sure hope you enjoy the rest of your time watching Ethan Klein continue to do terrible things. I sure hope you enjoy it. All right? And maybe one day he can change and then you can finally learn, oh, maybe that stuff before wasn't so cool. Maybe that stuff wasn't so cool. Devon TV, thank you so much for the tier 1. Yeah, I just, no. Nah. When we get a YouTube channel? Actually soon, guys. We're gonna revamp a YouTube channel very soon. No spoilers, but I got something cooking in the works that I think you guys will like. Mistaken 89, thank you for the prime. Ethan Klein laughed about Cutie? Yeah, I mean, it was that he made a joke in bad taste. Someone's opening up about being essentially revenge porn, and they're crying about it, and you make like an uncouth joke about it, like it isn't something that's kind of serious. It's just peak tone deafness, and you're sending all of those people to go harass that person and make fun of them. It's not a responsible use of your platform. You shouldn't do that with your platform. And I think that for me, a big reason why I'm kind of hard on Ethan Klein, besides my own personal reasons, I used to like his content when he used to do just like funny react stuff. You guys remember Vape Nation stuff back in the day, back in the golden era. And I loved his channel. I loved his videos. I thought he was so funny. I thought he was like peak YouTube. And then I like watched his just like decline, his steady decline. And then I finally I opened my heart up again and I started trusting during Leftovers. I was like, wait, okay. Maybe he's poggers again? Maybe. And then immediately just the decline again. And I'm like, I don't know. Fool me once. Shame on you. Fool me twice. I just can't. I can't do it a second time. Okay. And yeah, I think every single creator who has a large platform has a responsibility to be responsible with it. You shouldn't harass people who aren't targeting you, and you shouldn't harass people who have a significantly smaller platform than you that aren't even talking about you. That's not cool. What do you say exactly that made you disagree with him? There was a lot of stuff, but he started getting into like anti-feminism stuff and just like the SJW, the anti-SJW stuff. And it was just bad. It was just bad. It was like not funny, and it was cringe, and it was wrong. And then he started simping for people like Joe Rogan and Jordan Peterson and that sort of thing, which is when I like moved away. And then when I started watching a little bit more again was when he started doing like the Leftover stuff. And it seemed like he actually cared about having a nice, fun platform again that was actually based in good vibes. And then immediately just all the weird Zionist shit. Not cool. Yeah, here was the clip. I'm surprised some people don't know about this. This shit was not cool. Ethan Klein asked his employees to play a soundbite while reacting to Cutie crying and then dies laughing. Adolin, thank you so much for the 2 months. Sorry if I mispronounced that.
If you are able to look at women who are not selling themselves or benefiting off of being seen sexually,
You're a monster, dude.
You guys are crazy.
Why did you do that?
Zach, what the fuck, bro?
Also, sorry, this is a Sam appreciation thread. Sam Temple, everybody. Super cool person. She ended up, as you can see, not having a great time in this section. She actually ended up quitting working with Ethan Klein and works for Cutie now with event planning and doing event planning streams with her, or preparing her event streams by doing some of the planning. She's really cool. She's a very cool person. So yeah.
You're evil. You're fucking evil.
Dude, what the fuck, bro?
I try not to judge the people in the behind the scenes stuff too much because, like, it's hard to tell what your response will be, but like when you're asking people to fucking play clips and then you're laughing like a maniac, like, come on, dude. Not cool. Not fucking cool. Anyways, yeah, I can't really watch him after all that shit. It's just, he doesn't. No. No. He also threw Zach under the bus later, which he had to admit. Yeah. Fucking weird, man. I mean, he knows laughing is wrong in the moment, but he did apologize after. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the fact that he asked Zach to play the clip so that he could laugh about it. He's talking about a very serious issue, and he's having them play funny clips. Can you imagine if, like, I'm watching Gaza footage and I'm like, dude, play some fucking bomb explosion noises? No, dude. There's a time and place to joke. Like when you're talking about JD Vance fucking couches. Very funny. And then there are times where you don't joke, where someone is very clearly in a state of emotional distress about something that actually is serious, that we need to take seriously. And then you're like read the room, man. Like, you know? So, no, it's not about, like, you don't get to do a shitty thing, laugh about it, and then apologize and you're forgiven. No, man. I expect a little bit more. If he had just laughed and it was just like a response, like a natural response that he couldn't help, whatever, sure, maybe. But like when you're the one that's running your own fucking show and you're playing these stupid clips, not cool. Not cool. Also, someone who's a piece of shit on one front will very easily be a piece of shit on other fronts, right? Anyways, Gaza was last straw for me as far as H2 goes, yeah. Just sad shit, you know? Just sad shit. Just not cool stuff. Not cool stuff. And I feel like in general, I try not to attack people who made one unfortunate mistake or made one, just like they made a stupid joke or whatever. Even, I mean, we just literally showed the video of the people walking away and like closing their ears. And I even defended one random person I don't know and said, hey, well, you know, all these other people, fuck them. But like maybe the lady here that we don't see her do anything disrespectful, she's just closing her ears and walking away. Maybe she just has like really sensitive ears and she just doesn't need any more damage for her ears. I don't want to go after this person, but all the other people in this are doing disrespectful shit. So I will insult them. And yeah, me saying that shit, people will be like, you're being too charitable. Right? Ironically, from the same situation, you were actually very understanding about Atrioc. Well, yeah, I mean, because it seems like Atrioc, I mean, despite the fact that Atrioc caused all of it to sort of balloon out of control, what more can you ask of someone? He stopped streaming for months. He spent $100K of his personal money, sent it directly to a fund. He got in contact with the people who help women or men take down unwanted sexual content of them. And he personally got involved. He opened his DM, said, anyone who wants to message me, anyone, doesn't matter your size. He apologized personally to all of the victims. And he said, I am trying my best. I don't care if you have 5 followers and you have 1 photo up, or if you have 1 million followers and you have hundreds of photos up. I want to help you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for fucking up this bad. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. What more can you want from someone? He put his money where his mouth was. He tried his best to make amends. It doesn't mean that Cutie has to forgive him. It doesn't mean that Maya has to forgive him. It doesn't mean that any of those people have to forgive him. It's not their obligation to. But he tried. He went above and beyond. He didn't just throw some money at the problem. He threw money at the problem and then got personally involved and tried his best to help everyone he could. Like, I can't expect more. And that to me shows like you actually care about you fucking up and you making someone feel bad or worse. And I'm always for rehabilitation. But with Ethan Klein, he doesn't give a shit about he doesn't give a shit about making amends. He just wants to say his little sorry and then go back to doing what he wants to do. Right? And I don't give a shit about shit like that. Well, fuck you. Everybody's going to make mistakes. Nobody is perfect. Everybody's going to fuck up. It's about when you fuck up, what do you do to fix your fuck up? How bad is your fuck up and how hard do you work to fix it? I think that's only fair. I think that that's fair. And the second Ethan Klein knew that the Gaza shit would be bad, he should have just went on a hiatus and said, I don't want leftovers to be about politics. I'm sorry. We can't talk about I don't want to talk about this. We'll do a hiatus and then we'll pick it up in the future. I would have been fine with that. But that's not what he did. He chose to use his platform to be irresponsible with it. Very simple. Very, very simple. Or like, I don't want it to be about politics in this regard. Like, I don't want it to be about something. Sorry, it is about politics. You're right. My apologies. My apologies. He could have said, I don't want to talk about Israel and Gaza because it's too personal to me. And I am worried that I will be too biased to report responsibly on this. I don't want to do that. Sure. He could have done many things. But yeah. Yeah. So I hold him responsible for that shit. I don't know. And also, like, you know what? I'm going to say something. I'm going to say something, guys. Maybe this is bad of me to say. Or, like, not bad of me to say, but bad of me to think. But, like, straight up, there are so many large creators that nobody calls out, that nobody gives a fuck about calling out ever because they're all afraid of them. Because, oh, it might impact my career, or, like, what if they attack me or whatever. And at this point, and for, like, the past, I don't know how long, I was just like, dude, I don't give a fuck. I'm just going to, if I don't like a creator, I'm just going to say that I don't fucking like them. And I'm just going to stand by it. And as long as I feel valid and I think I have valid reasons for thinking that and I'm willing to change my mind, yeah, fuck it, dude. There's enough people that fucking toe the line and say all the right stuff and behave appropriately. Do we really need one more fucking loser that toes the line? Fuck that. Also, that's to say nothing of the turf streak that he ran on leftovers, shitting on trans folks and calling them pedophiles. Yeah. Yeah. That's we're not even getting into all the weird shit that he, and uncouth trans jokes that he made. Like, not good, not good. I don't know how we ended up on this topic. That's my bad. I didn't mean for this to be about this. I meant to talk about DNC stuff. What the fuck, he did that? Yeah, I mean, of course he did. And regardless, I would much rather just be open about my opinions. And I feel like a lot of people just don't call that shit out because they're worried that other people will get upset and that some prospects or whatever will be bad for them or whatever. And I just don't care. If I don't like someone and I feel valid for my reasoning and I'm willing to change my mind, I think it's fine. I think it's fine to be a 2% hater. 2% hater. Yeah, we were actually watching this Hassan clip. That's how we accidentally got on here. Oops, my bad. my bad. And yeah, at this point in the genocide, I have zero patience for Zionists. I don't care what background is. If you support the genocide of Palestinians, you'll be written off of my books. Yeah, and like that's the other thing for me. At the end of the day, I think for a lot of people, Ethan Klein was like kind of a no-go. Because like I'm sorry, Palestinian people's lives are more important than other people's feelings. They are. They are. Just, it's very simple. It's very simple. And if you think I'm a bitch for saying that you shouldn't be callous about tens of thousands of people dying and hundreds of thousands of people getting injured, you've lost the plot, man. Like, no. Their lives matter more. It was like the Asmongold thing when he was talking about, like, protesters are inconveniencing people on the road. It's like, dude, who just put yourself in both of these people's shoes for 2 fucking seconds and stop pretending like you are the main character of the world. Would you rather be a Palestinian living in Gaza right now, or would you rather be stuck in an hour of traffic for 1 fucking day? Grow the fuck up. Like, just, oh my God, just sack up for 2 seconds. Your life is so much easier. And you're just like, but there's a little bit of traffic on the way and it's not okay. And these protesters are really making me not change my mind about anything. So, oh God, come on, dude. Oh my goodness, please. Oh, please. Please. Traffic where? On the 101 North? Okay, listen, Californians do not interact. We have traffic all the time, everywhere, all the time. So, like, that was more about people who live in bumfuck nowhere, who experience traffic for the first time ever in their life. And they're like, dude, what is this? The cars aren't moving. This can't be right. Something must be wrong. They were always saying crazy shit. Like, what if an ambulance was carrying MLK on its way to the hospital and then the protesters blocked it? So it's just fucking ridiculous, man. It's just so ridiculous. There are literally emergency lanes for that sort of thing. And usually blockades like that allow for emergency vehicles to pass. It's just, it's so stupid. It's so stupid. Be honest, is there a limit? Example, I thought them interrupting graduation halls was not fair. Please don't hurt me. I'm genuinely probably misled. No, I don't try and attack people who are just genuinely asking stuff, right? I mean, first off, I'm not sure that it was actually ever confirmed that graduations were interrupted because of the protesters. It's possible they ended up confirming all of it and that it did happen, but I feel the same way. Like, it sucks, but like, maybe I'm not the right person to care about this because I didn't I graduated. I didn't go to a graduation ceremony because I thought going to a graduation ceremony was a waste of my time and money. But that's like just my opinion. So like, I mean, I also don't believe in a wedding or wedding rings. So like, I might not be a good person to ask about this, but my opinion is other people's lives matter more. You didn't go to your graduation? No. I went to my high school graduation begrudgingly because my parents wanted me to. And when I graduated from college, I did not go to a graduation ceremony. I did not buy all the garbage they sell you. I was like, I don't care. If you like it and that ceremony means a lot to you and you worked really hard for it, please, by all means, enjoy it. On this case, I still think people's lives matter more. I just think that they matter more. And I just asked myself, whose position would I rather be in? These people's or mine? And like, how big is that jump? If you're protesting because your ice cream dropped on the ground, I'd be like, dude, get the fuck out of my way. I have a ceremony to go to. But like, these people are at constant risk of losing their lives every day. I feel like a cunt. I feel like a Karen-ass cunt to be like, I am being mildly inconvenienced this day. Fuck, man. You don't like ceremonies? Fuck, no. You don't like pictures? No. This is going to sound very hilarious, but me, like many other streamers, ironically hate attention. One of my dream jobs as a kid was to be an actress. And then I realized actresses have to deal with people knowing who they are. And then my second job after that was a voice actress because I was like, nobody gives a shit about voice actresses. I get to do the creative part and nobody cares or knows who I am. And then I did streaming and I was like, well, I can't see anyone's faces. So does it really count? And now I'm like, People know who I am. So I just try not to think about it. I just do my best to not think about it. Pretend like it's not happening and it's not real. It's a great strategy. Now I'm in too deep. Yeah, I didn't fully think about this, but that's okay. That's all good. But anyways, yeah. I don't care about that. The idea of like a wedding is so terrifying. Like, dude, why the fuck would you want to be the center of attention and have everyone look at you? Then you have to like make out with someone or give someone a peck while everyone stares at you and then give some stupid ass vow. Oh my God, that sounds horrible to me. That's like my personal nightmare. Ah, no, fuck, no, do not perceive me. Christ, ah. And then I hate wedding rings because the diamond blood industry and et cetera, et cetera. Also, I don't like being marketed to, and wedding rings are marketing to me, and I will not fall for marketing. Fuck you. All right. I will not pay exorbitant amounts of money for some bullshit. Although I do know a lot of people who've gotten wedding rings that are not diamonds for the same reason, and that seems pretty cool. That seems nice. So not hate and shade. And like at the end of the day, it's like your life, man. Just do what you want to do. Do what makes you happy. Blood diamond sounds so cool until you find out what it means, right? Right? No, I need the suffering diamond. If you like lab-grown diamonds, at least you're not like a total maniac, I guess. But the people who are like, no, I need to know it's a blood diamond with suffering. It's like, oh, but like, are you sure? That's scary, man. Why? But I don't want that. Ah, got my fiance a cool sapphire one. That sounds cool. That sounds cool. Moving on. I don't know how we accidentally got on this. Also, I just want to say I did like get my hair done, and by get my hair done, I didn't want to go to a salon because it takes too much time and money, but I did retouch up the color with some color at home, and I think it actually looks pretty good. I'm kind of like impressed with myself a little bit. The color is nice, right? Kind of eats a little bit, but anywho, thank you everybody for coming to the stream. I think we did a pretty good DNC recap. I'm sorry, I did not mean to spend any time at all talking about Ethan. I was just trying to highlight a greater point, and then I fell for bait. It's very sad, but that is going to be it for today's stream. I feel like I don't know how many of you guys actively follow the DNC. I kind of like don't because I got bitches to get. So I do like to do the catch-up streams a little bit more than actually like straight watching it. But I had fun. I hope you guys had fun too. I had a good time. Latte, thank you. Oh, Latte, thank you so much for the 18 months. I will be back again tomorrow, and we get to have our first Elden Ring stream in like a while. Very exciting. So I will. You play the new Overwatch season? Are you crazy, dude? Like, can I get back into that game? More realistically, every time I try to get back into it, I just cry because I remember old Overwatch, and I'm like, who are these new characters? Why is this bitch digging in the ground? I can't play this. And then I put it down. But thank you guys for coming to the stream. I love you guys very much. But not parasocially, okay? No, just in the normal way, all right? Like the way that I love chocolate, okay? Please stay hydrated. Make sure that you tell your homies you love them. And I will see all of you guys tomorrow.